What's up, YouTube? Let's talk about shapes. I like to talk about yo-yo shapes, their different characteristics. I'm not going to cover looping yo-yos because I haven't figured that skill out yet, and I don't have any looping yo-yos as of yet. And I'm not going to cover off-string because I have a fused spine and I'm not very mobile. So moving around, throwing around a 4A yo-yo, an off-string yo-yo, just not really in my wheelhouse. What I do like is the 1A yo-yos. 1A yo-yos can also be used for 5A and for 3A. And these are the shapes. First up, we have the 2-stick yo-yos en passant. This is an H-shaped yo-yo. It's a fantastic representation of an H. As you can see, it goes into the gap, and then there's the wall inside the gap, juts in toward the bearing. You can see it right there. It juts in toward the bearing, and then flares back out to the rims. This is the basic butterfly / H shape of a yo-yo. It is very common and also very stable. It's rather easy to land on the string due to the open gap, as you can see here. See it better there, how the gap is just wide open, ready to accept the string. And this one in particular is a hybrid plastic model. It has stainless steel weight rings around the rims, which give it extra weight distribution and extra spin time, which I like a lot. It also helps the stability as well. This is a very, very stable yo-yo, being an H with the stainless steel rings on it. Very nice yo-yo. I love the 2-stick en passant. H-shaped yo-yos are not as maneuverable as some and not as comfortable as others, but they do have kind of a sweet spot with playability. They're very easy to control and they go where they're supposed to, but if you need to do any quick redirections or things like that, those more advanced tricks, you might not want an H for that. You might want something faster, more nimble on the string. So if you're looking to start out and just buying a yo-yo, H is a great shape to go for. Next up we have O's, the O-shaped yo-yos, represented by the Magic Yo-Yo T6 Rainbow in all blue, nothing rainbow about it. A great yo-yo. As you can see here, it's rounded in toward the gap on both sides. They are half ovals. Each rim is, well, each side is a half oval. And if you took them apart and then switched them, they would be took them apart. And if you took them apart and switched them, they would also form an O. O-shaped yo-yos are also referred to as organic yo-yos. Organic yo-yos are extremely comfortable. Your finger just fits right there in the gap perfectly. If they feel very natural to throw. But as you see, especially with this one, there's no separate wall there. The wall goes right into the rim. You don't have a separation in there like you do with an H. So that means that the string is more prone to touching the sides. And when the string touches the sides, the yo-yo tilts. That's not what we want. If your throw is perfectly straight, you don't have to worry about it. You can go for comfort, things like that. But if you don't have a perfectly straight throw, if your throw's not even remotely straight, like mine, then O-shaped yo-yos might not be for you. Great yo-yos, they can still do all the tricks that any of these other yo-yos can do. But not the best for beginners. I don't have too many organic yo-yos, but I have a couple. And the ones I have are almost exceptions to the rule. They are quite stable, like the One Drop Prescription is a good example of an organic and stable yo-yo, as well as the Dang 2. The One Drop Dang 2 has more of an organic profile, and it is also very, very stable. And it's very important to remember not to get too caught up in the details here. These are just rough guidelines. They're not hard and fast rules. Yo-yo makers borrow from each shape when they are designing the yo-yo. A lot of them will try to pull some of the stability from the H with the comfort of the organic, and maybe in toward the gap, a sharper incline like a V for speed. You can borrow from these shapes as much as you want to create yo-yos that eventually they blur the lines between all of these shapes. These are not set in stone by any means. So next up, we have the V, represented here by the Yo-Yo Factory Marco. This is a very nice yo-yo. It was part of the mystery box. This is very light, very stable. This is a bimetal. It has these stainless steel rings on the outside. And the reason we don't consider the en passant a bimetal is just because the body is not made out of metal. It is a plastic body with stainless steel rings on this one, and an aluminum body, 6061 aluminum body with stainless steel rings around the rims of this one, the Yo-Yo Factory Marco. V-shaped yo-yos are great for speed. These are all about doing your fast combos, and this one in particular is quite stable at very high speeds as well. I don't know many speed combos. I'm kind of working up to that. So this one is great for learning those on, especially since it's a bimetal. A great yo-yo. Plays very light. Stay tuned for the review. I'm definitely going to review this one very soon. The Yo-Yo Factory Marco, representing the V-shaped yo-yos. V-shaped yo-yos are very agile. They can change directions quickly. They can do anything quickly. But if you go too fast and you get too careless with a V-shaped yo-yo, it will tilt and then spin out. You have to be slightly more careful with a V than you do with an H, but not as careful as you have to be with an O-shaped yo-yo. And the last hard shape here would be the W. W stands for wing-shaped yo-yos. And the wing-shaped yo-yos borrow from the H, the stability and profile, some from the H, as well as the speed of the V-shaped yo-yos. This one, the Tapio Terrarian, is a great yo-yo. I love this yo-yo. It's very forgiving. You can, if you see here where the gap starts right here at the rim, there's already an incline, then a steeper incline, and on this side it's mirrored, of course. So if you see that, you realize that you can land the yo-yo anywhere, land the string anywhere on the yo-yo, and it will automatically center and fall right into the gap. No matter where you land it, it just gravitates right toward the gap, which is great. And you have that stability there from the H shape. Great yo-yo. All of my yo-yos are great yo-yos. I don't have any yo-yos I dislike. I love you all equally. All of my yo-yos. So that's just a quick primer on yo-yo shapes. If you don't know what shape you like, if you haven't set up a preference yet or discovered your preference, then by all means, buy a bunch of cheaper magic yo-yos in as many shapes as you can to learn your preferences. That's what I did, and I'm very glad I did that. I love the comfort of the organics, and I love the stability of the H's. The top deck, the one drop top deck, and the one drop Dang 2 are two of my favorite yo-yos right now when I'm not playing with my recent acquisitions. So if you're looking for a yo-yo to buy, it's safe to go with an H. It's safe to go with a W. W's are probably the most beginner friendly. If you want to work on speed, then you go for a V. If you need that extra spin time, that extra power, that extra stability, you might want to get a yo-yo with the stainless steel weight rings added, either a hybrid plastic or a bimetal, or a bi-material. There are some wood ones with stainless steel rings, and you can make yo-yos out of just about anything. They're rather simple toys, yet so much fun, aren't they? Yo-yos is just awesome. I love yo-yos. I could talk about yo-yos all day long. I'm not going to right now. Just go ahead and wrap this video up. So if you have any questions, or let me know in the comments. What's your favorite yo-yo shape? Is it a hybrid between two different shapes? Is it a mix of three different shapes? How do you like your yo-yo profiles? Let me know. We'll talk about it. So until next time, please be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. We will be back very soon.